What's up guys, AutoX Nation here, and today I'm bringing you yet another new manga review. Yeah, I know I don't post manga reviews too often, with the exception of Aquaman Got Kill Zero. I'll post them in a long span trying to really catch myself up. But now I'm reviewing yet another new manga. Well, newish manga. I'm just reviewing the chapter that came out. Chapter 135 for Nanatsu no Taizai, or the 7 Deadly Sins. Me, I'm personally a big fan of the anime. I've been reading the manga up till a point, and I decided this chapter should be where I start reviewing. And boy, was I right, because this chapter was holy shit. That's how I describe it. There'll be a link down in the description down to the manga, so go check out this chapter before you listen to this review, because I'm gonna hit some major points that you'll definitely need to see. Last chapter we had Meliodas get his power back. Now this one, we get a display of that strength. Like, there's so much epicness in this chapter that it should be illegal to even view this. And be sure to follow me on Twitter, because I'll be posting updates every so often and all that about what I'm gonna watch, or when if a video's late or something. So do that while you follow the link down to the manga. So, if you're still watching, congrats, you've read the chapter, now you're just waiting for the actual review. And boy, it's gonna be one hell of a review, because I just got done reading the chapter and I am still I'm speechless a little bit, because you go from Meliodas, who just gained his powers. We have it's pretty much the same old Meliodas, and he's the guy who is a badass normally. I mean, in the first chapter when he saved Elizabeth using a broken sword, and he kicked that guy's ass, and then defeating Hendy and taking on King and fighting so much and just showing off his powers of full counter, revenge counter, his demon mode, how he's a demon and he somehow escaped or became a good guy and formed the 7 Deadly Sins. We came to know him as a badass already, but when we found out this wasn't even like a fraction of his original power, that was astonishing. When he got his full power back, we got a display. Ganal of the 10 Commandments, who had kicked the 7 Deadly Sins' ass before and made Merlin into that whole thing because her body's petrified, so she had to move her soul or outside and everything. So Ganal, who kicked their ass, and he was probably, I think, the weakest of there, as they said. I'm not too sure. I think he's the weakest. But so Meliodas, once he gets his power back, he puts his shirt back on and he goes, "Merlin, teleport me right over there. I'm just gonna go give him a greeting." And Merlin says if she teleports him over there, he has to hold them off for 10 seconds. So it's a 10-second greeting and everything. He's gonna go say hi, because when he got his power back, all the 10 Commandments noticed that. So what he does is he gets teleported right over there, and Ganal thinks, "Oh, you're the one who got away, huh?" So he thinks nothing's changed really much. He sensed the power, but he still takes him on, and he stops everyone else from attacking him. He wants to fight him one-on-one. And holy shit, the difference from the first fight they had to this fight. Just goddamn. Meliodas is beating him to the ground. Seriously. He's literally like punching. He hopped on top of his like blade and everything, and he's just standing there like a complete badass. Even then, there was one moment when Meliodas was gonna pull out his sacred treasure, and then he put it back in, and then blood shoots out everywhere. So he used his it makes him have several points, but he's insanely fast now. No one that is a non-demon, I would say, holds a candle to Meliodas' power now, because god damn. That's all I have to say about that. Just the way he pulled it out, he pulled it somewhat out and then put it back in, and Ganal erupted in blood, multiple cuts everywhere, and fell over. And then even Meliodas, with his new power, got the balls, and he goes, "If you guys, Bhutan is in peace and all that, and you guys want to re-spark the war that happened 3,000 years ago." And they're like, "We don't want to hear that from you, you accursed traitor, and we want revenge for what the 4 clans did to us." So Meliodas is back-talking them and all that, and she's like, "I'll give you a warning. The 7 Deadly Sins will kick your ass." And he's like, "Oh, really?" And Zephyros is the one who's talking to him, and Zephyros is his brother. I had that hunch, and I don't know if it was fully stated in this before, but it was confirmed that they're brothers and all that. So I'm really curious about Meliodas' past now, and how he became the traitor and how he became good. We'll probably get a chapter like that in the future, but right now, I'm just glad with this display of strength, because he kicked Galen's ass like it was nothing. Like, if you were to squash an ant, that's what it pretty much was. No effort whatsoever. Meliodas really didn't put any effort in. That is the difference of power he has now with Galen, and the difference from that first fight to this fight in the training. And as it was going, the seconds were going down. He kicked Galen's ass in 10 seconds. He got revenge for that fight in 10 fucking seconds. Actually, no, I'd say 8 or 7 or 8, because then he actually stands there and he talks to him. And Galen, I'm assuming he's not dead, but it sounded like he was dead by the side bar at the very end. And he was like, this is how it should be, this is what a merry fight and all that. And he's covered in blood and he's like unable to stand and all that. And Meliodas just thoroughly kicked his ass. While Dreyfus and Zephyros tried to kill Meliodas, and he pops right away at the very last second before they can strike. And here's an interesting fact. If you read the translator notes, we found out that the actual world for the 7 deadly sins, Britannia, the Camelot and all this is actually Earth. And Britannia is modern day Europe. No, modern day England. So that's actually kind of cool. So that's just a little tidbit of information. I gotta say, this arc is going to be better than the first arc of the whole, them saving the knights and getting all that. And I wonder when Escanor is going to come into play, because if you read the little side or extras, it had Escanor, and Escanor is the sin of pride. And when he comes into play, he is going to be fucking boss. Now the last point I'm going to hit with this chapter is Meliodas. They said Meliodas never gained, like, he never cut off his emotions like he was supposed to for the trial. He found a loophole. He has full control of his wrath. Instead of a raging fire that consumes everything and destroys everything, he is more like a calm sea, waiting for a disturbance to happen. So he has full control, and with that control, that means he will most likely be able to control his demon side so well, because he was already learning how to condense his demon, like the demon markings, into a tiny ball from what he saw with what King did. So Meliodas is learning, and he's gonna potentially master the demon side, and that's just gonna increase his strength further. Meliodas, you were OP before, now you're a fucking god. Well, you're a fucking demon god. I'm really, this arc is getting really good, and I'm looking forward to the next few chapters. So if you enjoyed this review, and if you enjoyed the chapter, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe for more reviews, reactions, vlogs, the usual. I can't get over how epic that chapter was. Seriously. This is Autox Nation here, my lovely community, civilians, and citizens. I'll see you guys in the next review. So, have a good day, watch lots of anime, read lots of manga. Bye-bye.